What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing a Sound Symposer delete kit on my 2015 Focus ST. The Sound Symposer is great if you're running stock exhaust, stock intake, but once you get into the aftermarket exhaust and aftermarket cold air intake, you really are covering all the great noises that the 2-liter EcoBoost engine makes. So today we're going to be deleting that Sound Symposer and keep all of those false noises from being pumped into the cabin so we can hear turbo noise from my cold air intake and really hear my exhaust rumble. Today we're going to be installing the Torque Solutions Sound Symposer delete kit on my Focus. It comes with a nice firewall plug, zip tie, plug for the plate, and a nice plate. Plate is nice because it has a plug, or it could have a nipple, just in case you want to run any sort of vacuum source or any aftermarket gauge, or even the 50/50 blow-off valve. To install this Sound Symposer delete, you're going to need some Teflon tape, an 8mm wrench, a T25 Torx bit, and your Sound Symposer delete kit. So first thing I want to do is, before we start taking things apart in the engine bay, is go ahead and open all of this up, get everything out, get it ready, put some Teflon tape on this plug right here that goes into the plate. So get this over here. So we got our plug. Now let's get out our plate. What we have is the Torque Solutions plate. Very nice quality. It's got our nice gasket on the inside. Keep that sealed to our manifold, and then our plate. Then we have our hole that we could use to run any vacuum source off of. Now that we have everything out of the package, I'm going to go ahead and take that Teflon tape, get a small strip of it, break it off from the roll, and we're going to install that on this bung right here. So we're going to take this and just wrap it around here on these threads, and what this is going to do is just going to seal up the threads, and we throw this into the plate to delete our Sound Symposer. So now that that's all done, nicely sealed, perfect amount, going to get it started into our plate here. Slowly just get it in there. Then we're going to take our 3/16 Allen key and go ahead and get that in there. There we go. Don't have to go overkill on that. That's not going to hurt anything. So now, ready to start disassembling the car and get this on here and delete that pesky Sound Symposer. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take off our engine cover. Just pulls right off. Next, you're going to want to detach this hose from the Sound Symposer unit on the manifold. There's an 8mm bolt right here. There's another one here and another one here on this other side. That's where that 8mm wrench comes in handy.
Now it's time for the two on the bottom. Now it's time for the two on the bottom.
Once they get about hand tight, go ahead and back them out with your fingers, as you don't want them to drop down to your belly pan.
Just come right off.
There we go. Since we're already on the front side of the engine, we might as well go ahead and install our block-off plate. Using the factory hardware, just go ahead and get those scans started. Back behind the crossover pipe, there's a 90-degree angle, that 90-degree elbow that turns into the firewall. We're gonna go ahead and remove this and then put in our replacement plug for the firewall. There's that 90-degree. I'm gonna go ahead and take our Torque Solutions plug for the firewall back here. Find that hole. And finally, here on the inside of the battery box, there's that T25 Torx bit, followed by a clip in the back. We're gonna go ahead and remove that. Go ahead and pop this off. There it is. Be careful while removing this, as it is connected to a wire. Go ahead and undo that sensor. There it is. Take a little bit of finagling to get out of here, but it will come out. There we go. And that's our stock sound Symposer. Gone. Last but not finally, we always have to zip up this wire that we just disconnected, as it is a little bit close to the shift linkage, and we do not want that to hit. So what we're going to do is take our supplied zip tie, go ahead and zip tie it to a wire close by, and then we'll be almost done with our install. And finally, all we have to do is reinstall our engine cover, and then the installation is complete. Let's go ahead. The Sound Symposer Delete Kit does a great job of decluttering the engine bay. And more importantly, you're able to hear what the 2-liter ST engine is truly meant to sound like.